Welcome to Creating Connections Podcast, episode 65. You can't ask customers what they want.
I love that.
It's a great quote, and it was the topic of Seth Godin's blog today. We'll talk about it here in just a moment.
That was nice and easy.
What are you talking about? This also speaks to a much bigger issue.
Providing personal solutions through understanding people. This is the Creating Connections Podcast with Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor and Certified Personality Trainer Vickie Musni.
Welcome back to Creating Connections Podcast, episode number 65. I'm Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor.
And I'm Certified Personality Trainer Vickie Musni.
And today we talk about Seth Godin, and you may have heard us talk about Seth in the past. If you haven't, oh my gosh, guy's a genius. I love his blog. Short, concise nuggets of information to make you think.
I love it because it's so much in such a concise format that those moments where I don't have time to read a whole article, but you know you're going to just get a nugget of gold right there. And this one in particular caught my attention because the title is, You Can't Ask Customers What They Want.
Well, he actually wrote, You can't ask customers what they want. Technically. This is coming from the strong red personality who's very literal.
Yes.
And he goes on to continue, not if your goal is to find a breakthrough. Because your customers have trouble imagining a breakthrough.
Well, it goes back to that whole notion of we don't know what we don't know because we don't know.
Yes.
It's that. And it's, but I think we're trained to think, and you and I talk a lot about connecting with our clients and asking the right questions and getting them to share their vision. And yet, if that's what we're leaning on, it can only go so far.
Yeah. Because they don't have that experience. They don't know what is possible. So you have to figure out, how can you leverage technology to show them what is possible? Technology
and creativity and just all those elements. How deep can you dig? How far can you dig into a certain idea? How far can you take a thought and just run with it rather than saying, oh, what do you want?
And it's fine to ask them what they want because it is their event or it is their wish, what you're trying to help them achieve. Mm-hmm. But in most cases, they don't necessarily know what is even possible. So you have to have that conversation first. If you could wave a magic wand and have the absolute perfect wedding, what would that look like? In most cases, people are going to describe different things, but they may not have a clue of what is even possible. So you have to chat about what's possible and maybe suggest ideas.
Well, and I love his blog post is so short. I feel like we should read the whole thing so we're not
absolutely
paraphrasing and we're making it real clear what is Seth Godin and what is our spin on and our interpretation of what he's saying.
So the whole blog post itself is, you can't ask customers what they want, not if your goal is to find a breakthrough, because your customers have trouble imagining a breakthrough. You ought to know what their problems are, what they believe, what stories they tell themselves. But it rarely pays to ask your customers to do your design work for you.
And this is my favorite part.
So if you can't ask, you can assert. You can look for clues. You can treat different people differently. And you can make a leap. You can say, assuming you're the kind of person I made this for, here's what I made. The risk here is that many times you'll be wrong. But if you're not okay with that, you're never going to create a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. Something else this does to me, Vickie, right now, just off that one part, So if you can't ask, you can assert. You can look for clues. You can treat different people differently. You can make a lead. You can say, assuming you're the kind of person I made this for, here's what I made.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you're painting the picture of who you are, what you bring to the table, and what clients you do your best work for.
I just feel like he was writing this for what we do and for our industry, because, well, it hits really close to home, obviously, for me as the personality trainer. You know, treat different people differently.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I teach. You know, we always like to think that everybody thinks like us, or we naturally just communicate the way we like to do things. And I'm talking about it all the time. We have to really try to understand people, and the whole looking for clues, you know, picking up on those little things. It's what you call listening with all of your senses.
Yes.
It just takes different pieces of other things that we talk about and concepts that we, you know, have taught and meditated on, and things that we strive to do, and just kind of shifted it a little bit and just reframed it just enough that it feels new again. And I love it, because
it's thinking about finding your target client too.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot of what I get out of this is, are you finding your ideal target client?
The ones that really want you to create something unique and memorable and completely customized. And there's nothing wrong with those clients that want traditional. If that's who they are, then that's great.
Yeah.
But if that's not them, then this is what I want to be doing. I want to be continuing to look for those clues and picking up on those little things that they're saying and that they're not saying, and coming up with this proposal or this idea that is unique to this client.
Well, and the other side of this, here's the flip of the coin,
Mm-hmm.
and to bring it back to something maybe a little more relatable to all of us. You know, when you say, if you truly believe this with your client, you know, I've heard what you've had to say, and I'm, you know, I have a lot of ideas I can bring to the table for you. I would love to do your wedding. Or I think you are one of the clients that we do our best work for.
Yes.
You know what that's like? Take yourself back to dating. That's like making the first move on the date. That's like, you know, I think you and I would be great together. And making the first move and leaning in for the kiss. That's really, it's the same principle. Because the risk here is many times you'll get it wrong. Right?
Oh, you're so good at these analogies.
Many times you'll be shut down. And that's
But when it really counts, when you are right, it's so worth it.
It is so worth it. And again, you miss 100% of the swings that you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
So take a swing, take a chance. If you know the client is ideal, you believe in your heart of hearts that client is exactly what you want, or who you want to work with, I should say,
mm-hmm.
then tell them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Billy Joel, tell her about it, you know. I'm beating myself with a Billy Joel reference, but hey.
I love Billy Joel.
Yeah. So again, I love this post from Seth Godin. If you haven't checked out his stuff, Purple Cow is amazing. I'm a big fan of a lot of Seth Godin's books and his blog, of course. So definitely check out his stuff.
We should probably also say a quick thank you to David Hoyt, who was the one that shared this morning and brought it to attention. So thank you, David.
Thank you, David, for
giving us food for thought for today.
Yes, greatly appreciated. To my brother, David Hoyt. You're awesome, man. Appreciate it. Little fist bump action there.
I thought you were punching me in the face.
No, I wasn't punching you. It was 1-2. No. Thank you for joining us for today's episode of Creating Connections, episode number 65. I'm Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor.
And I'm Certified Personality Trainer Vickie Musni.
We still have some sessions available for sales help. If you would like to dive deep into the sales conversation, analyze a sales meeting from start to finish, you have that opportunity. Go to saleshelp.eventbrite.com. Actually, excuse me, saleshelp1.eventbrite.com. We'll get you the links to be able to sign up for individual sessions. Only $49. I mean, dude, it's $49. So sign up. We're happy to help share some insight, what past personalities we've dealt with on the sales side, and help you understand them better so that you can more effectively communicate your value and move forward down the road to the sale.
Thanks again for joining us today.
Mitch Taylor.
And Vickie Musni, Certified Personality Trainer. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Creating Connections podcast with Gitomer Certified Advisor Mitch Taylor and Certified Personality Trainer Vickie Musni. For more information on providing personal solutions through understanding people better, visit creatingconnections.biz.